Hi there and welcome. It's Tracy at stampwithtracy.com, and today we're going to make this little gift holder. I made it using the envelope punch board, and it's very easy to do. Now I designed it so that it would fit one of our dies. Now it won't fit in this way, but it'll fit in that way, and you'll have a quick and easy packaging. The paper I used on this one is from All Is Bright, and I'm going to use another sheet from this package. And I just want to tell you this is December 2018, and this is currently on our retirement list, and it's while supplies last. So if you love the paper, I'd suggest getting it as quick as you can. So this is the paper that we're going to use. This is also from that same packaging. We're going to bring in the envelope punch board, and this sheet measures 10 by 10. All right, so we're going to put this in here, and we're going to cut and score. We're going to start at 4 3/4 and punch and score, and then it almost, no, we can't go all the way to the end. Good. Now we're going to turn it and follow that line. We've got this little thing right here, and we're going to follow that line, and then punch and score, and then we'll continue on the other sides. Find that score line, line it up, punch and score. One more, punch and score. Now it's optional, but you can use this right here. This is a corner rounder, so I'm going to go ahead and do it, oops, on all 4 corners. You don't really need it on all 4. I always forget to do this part, so I thought I'm going to do all 4. Now we're going to go and fold on all the score lines that we just made. So you need to kind of play around with it. Now, if I fold it like this, this isn't the way that I wanted that to go, and I can just tell it's very long. So you just kind of play around with it, and then this is exactly how I wanted it. Now I'm going to use some fast fuse to put this together. We do have refills still on our clearance rack, so if you need some of that, to go ahead and get it. But you could also use tear and tape, and that would work fine, but you want something that's strong. Now I'm going to just take a little pencil mark and go right in here so I know where I can start putting my adhesive. So I'm going to go in just a little bit. So I'll add that down here, and then I'll put some right here, and then just bring up the edges there, and then we'll grab our dies, and they just fit right in there perfectly. So we'll turn it over. Now I'm going to bring in our metallic edge ribbon in gold. We also sell this in silver. Just beautiful. And we're going to wrap up our gift. I always like to keep my ribbon on the roll so that I can just cut it off where I need it. And I think I have a little too much. And you could do a bow, but I'm just doing a knot. And then we'll cut the edges. And we're going to do some embossing for this one. That's good. Now we're going to emboss our sentiment. We're using this stamp set, Another Wonderful Year. You can see there's a lot of different sentiments in this set, but the one we're using right here is Merry and Bright. But with a thank you, thinking of you, congratulations, it really is an all-around good stamp set to have. So embossing is really easy, and since this was an easy project, I thought that I would bring this in and show you how to do it. So we're using regular Whisper White paper. You're going to take an embossing buddy, and you're going to cover the area that you're going to work with. And the reason you're doing this is so that excess powder doesn't get all over. And we're going to use a Versamark pad, and the reason you use this one is because it's very sticky and you want your embossing powder to stick to it. So we'll just go ahead and stamp. You won't be able to see it. And then we'll bring in the gold embossing powder. And then I'm just going to take a spoon and just go like that. And then you want to get all the excess off. First I want to make sure I have plenty of powder on there, and I'm just going to hit it on the back even though it looked pretty good. I didn't see any excess. I mean, even when you use the Embossing Buddy, you're still going to sometimes have excess, but that one worked out perfectly. Let me get this embossing powder out of the way, and we're going to heat up the embossing tool first. This is our heat tool, not embossing tool, our heat tool. And what you want to do is to get it nice and warm before you put it on your paper, because if you have it on your paper too much, it's going to warp the paper. So I'm going to turn it on, warm it up for about 15 seconds, and then hopefully you'll be able to see this as you see the magic happen. So I'm just warming it up. It's a little chilly here, so I'm not minding this at all. All right, we'll go ahead and hopefully you'll be able to see this. I don't see it happening yet. I always put it at an angle so I can see. Oh yeah, the air. Oh, there we go. The and the Mary. And now we'll go down to the bright. And it's done. You don't want to do too much because then you'll be melting it. Oh, it's so pretty. Now see, it's still warped a little bit, but when I use the adhesive, it'll be fine. I hope you can see how pretty that is. I love embossing. It never ceases to be exciting. Now I went ahead and already cut one out for you for this so we'd save some time, and then we're going to use the Starburst punch. I always want to call this Sunburst, so I put that on there so I would always say it correctly. This is our gold foil, and we'll punch that out. Now I used the same one. I ended up doing the Mary on Bright a little bit bigger because I didn't want to bring another color in. So this is the gold foil on the one we're doing, and the gold foil on that one is the size that we're using for the sentiment. Oh, that looks really pretty. And I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I like to use a lot. A lot of people would just put one, but I like using more. And then we'll stick that on here. Ooh, pretty. And again, I did this in another video. Probably better to get it on there first because it's a little harder to get this on. And then I'm just going to put it right under there. Oh gosh, it's so pretty and sparkly. Now I have one more thing I'm going to add. I have our metallic pearls. Now when you buy these, oops, you get gold and silver in a package. So we'll put some of the gold ones all over. That one just, there we go. Come on. Well, let's see. I'll get a little bit closer to me. And then we'll put one more. We'll put one more. Well, it's kind of symmetrical, but oh well. All right, so we have those two, and I hope that you might make this. And if you do, I'd love to hear from you and how it went. All right, take care. Bye-bye.